friends, wizards, witches, and muggles alike. It's Liv and welcome back to my channel for a very exciting video today. As you can tell, I am all Ravenclawed up because we're going to talk about the N.E.W.T.S Readathon. So if you don't know what the N.E.W.T.S Readathon is, I will link G's video explaining it down in the description below. Basically, it is a big month-long readathon inspired by Harry Potter. So you have your exams, you pick your chosen career path. So for example, my career is a metal charmer, if you can see it, which they're, I guess it's kind of like a blacksmith, but with metal, like they make the golden snitches and stuff like that, which I just thought was so cool. So that is my chosen career path for this year's readathons. I started with the owls back in the spring, and now by the time you're watching this is going up on the first day of the readathon, so it has already started, but it's still not too late to join if you would like to. So today I am here to give my TBR for the month of August, which is my TBR for the readathon. Very ambitious. The Metal Charmer career path calls for 12 books, so got a little bit of Slytherin coming out. It's very ambitious, but I think we can do it. It's ambitious, but got our liquid luck here. If I can get this open. No? There we go. There we go. We can do this. So without further ado, if you would like to see what books I am reading for this month's readathon, or if you would like any recommendations on books that you would like to read for the readathon or just in general, then just keep on watching. So the first exam for the N.E.W.T.S for a Metal Charmer career path is Arithmancy, which requires an O. And so for the O exam, it is a book that ends on an even page number. And for this, I am reading The Inquisition by Terry Matthew, which is the sequel to The Novice. I read this book, I read the first book back in October, I want to say, and it's like Harry Potter meets Pokemon, and there's demons, which was super cool. I had so much fun reading the first book. It follows Fletcher and his little demon Ignatius and their friends on their journey to become summoners, and it's a lot of fun. So that should be pretty quick to get through to start off the readathon. The next exam, which is Exceeds Expectations, is Read a Standalone, and for this I'm reading Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, which is one of the few books by him that I have never read, but I went to the event that John and Hank did when the book came out. Like, I skipped the homecoming dance that my college had to go and get a signed copy of this book and just listen to them talk, which was really cool. That being said, I don't know much about what this is about. I know it's about a girl whose name is Aza, and she's a detective, and she's trying to like solve this mystery with, I think it's like a cash reward. Very excited to read this. So that is for my Exceeds Expectations exam. And for an outstanding exam for Arithmancy, it is a book that's longer than 350 pages, and for that, I don't have the physical copy because I'm reading it on an ebook, but it is Spellslinger by Sebastian de Castell, which is the book club pick that G chose for the readathon. So hopefully everyone kind of gets together and reads this book, and then I guess there's a live stream at the end of the month to kind of like discuss it, which I'm really excited about. And while I don't know much about what this book is or what it's about, I'm really excited to read it and finish up my Arithmancy exam. Moving on to Charms, the acceptable exam is to read a book that you think has a gorgeous cover, which I picked Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I have tried to start this book like 3 times, but I keep putting it down and then just never picking it back up, which I'm really upset about because this book really intrigued me. I thought it was really good. It's about a girl named Audrey Rose, and she lives in like the 1800s when women have very high expectations of what their rules are in society. She's not supposed to be doing the things that she's doing, like attending class and assisting her uncle in his morgue. So she's doing that with another one of his students named Thomas and figuring out the whole Jack the Ripper thing, I think. Guess I have to read and find out. And the next one, which is Exceeds Expectations, is to read a comic or a graphic novel or just a book that is under 150 pages. And for this, I am doing a reread of Fox 8. This is a book that I read in my Writing for Social Change class this last spring semester. I absolutely loved it. It really kind of opened my eyes. It follows, it's a fox writing a letter to humans, and he writes and spells phonetically because it's how he learned to speak, and so it's how he thinks everything is spelled. It's the cutest thing, but it will break your heart, and it really kind of opens up your eyes to how our impact on the environment affects animals and wildlife. Again, broke my heart, absolutely loved it, so that is going to be my read for this exam. And for my outstanding exam it's the Spongify Charm, which is to read a paperback book, and I am reading Every Day by David Levithan. I really want to see the movie, but I don't like going to see a movie if I haven't read the book first, so hence I have the book. But it is about this soul who wakes up in a different body every day and falls in love with this girl and is supposedly like just like keeping their relationship in a different body every day, which this really intrigues me. So I'm excited to read this. Moving on to Transfiguration. For the A exam, it is to read a book with LGBTQIA+ representation, and I don't have the copy with me, it's back at home in Illinois, but it is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. And this story follows Molly, who has had 26 unrequited crushes, which me too, Molly. Me too. If you don't know, it is kind of a spin-off novel to Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which was one of my favorite books of 2018, inspired the movie Love, Simon, which I think is one of the greatest book-to-movie adaptations that I have ever seen. So if you haven't checked out that book, I highly recommend it, which could also fulfill this prompt if you're looking for a recommendation. I loved Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and I'm really excited to see how Becky continues the story. And for E, it is to read a book that is not the first in a series, and for this I am choosing Finale by Stephanie Garber, which is the last book in the Caraval series. I know I've talked about the Caraval series multiple times before on this channel, but I can't help it. I love them. And it's just so cool. I want to see how the game ends, the story with Scarlet and Tella and Julian and Legend and everything. So this is probably going to be a super fast read for me, even though it's kind of long, but I'm really looking forward to it. And for an O exam, it is to read a book over 500 pages, and so I chose Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I heard a lot about this book, especially I know Emma from Emma Books raves about it. She loves this book, and so I'm really excited to read it. I don't know much about it aside from that it's like futuristic-y and there's, I think, like superheroes. So I'm excited to see what this is about because if you know me, you know I love superheroes. Big Marvel fan. And so I'm excited to see how this plays out. For Ancient Runes, I only need to get an Exceeds Expectations, so there's only 2 books for that one. And for the first exam, it is, I'm not sure how, I think it's AWAS, it's the Partnership Rune, and it's to read a book recommended to you by a friend. And so shout out to my friend Maggie for recommending Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I don't know much about this book. I think it's about a girl whose sister's getting married and all the chaos that ensues with that. And the cover looks pretty chaotic, if you can tell. So I'm excited to see this, and thanks again, Maggie, for recommending it to me. And for an E exam, it is to read a book written in past tense, and for that I am reading 100 by Cass Morgan, which I know I've talked about the TV show a bunch because I love it. It's like my favorite show. I can feel my friend Emma judging me right now for not reading this yet, so I know you're watching this. I'm gonna read it, finally, because I want to see what Bellamy and Clark get up to in novel form. But I'm really excited to get to this and see how it differs from the show. I know it's supposed to be really different because I know most of the characters from the show aren't in the book, but I'm still excited to see how this inspired everything I love in that show. Really excited. And finally, for Defense Against the Dark Arts, which I only need to get an A in that exam, and it is a book that has a black cover under the dust jacket, and for that, another reread, but it wouldn't be a Harry Potter themed readathon without it. It is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is the Ravenclaw 20th Anniversary Edition, so it does have a black cover under the dust jacket. Just a little proof. I'm sure you all know what this is about if you're watching a video based on a Harry Potter readathon. So this, I'm sure I'll be able to fly through because this is one of my favorite books in the series. And it's not too long, so this will be a good one. I think it's probably the one I saved for last because it's my last exam, but this is gonna be a treat. And there you have it, guys. This is my TBR for the N.E.W.T.S Readathon 2019 in the Metal Charmer career path. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you're doing this readathon, what your career path is, and what book you are most excited to read during this readathon. I really want to know. Please be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already and click that little bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!